I'll lead us in, Adam. Let's get it.
All right, all right.
It's a good one. Go Delirium. But good
I
luck to both
forgot
of
the
you.
team that they upset.
Reminiscence.
Reminiscence. I should
Yep.
remember that.
I'll mention it if you forget. Hello everyone and welcome to the UGC League channel where we are bringing your semifinals match, second semifinals match for North American Community Championship. We have an exciting one, folks. Delirium versus Quokka Queens, the last semifinals match going into the big finals. My name is Guthix. I'm joined here in the casting booth with Adamsmasher. Adam, I am so excited to see what these two teams bring tonight.
Oh yeah, you got Delirium on one side, pulling off an upset on Reminiscence, which I think was a week ago. You and Black Lightning, I heard, had a lot of fun of that, but I didn't catch as much of that action because my idiot self had to watch the Bills-Chiefs game, which was the best game of the divisional round. But for that side, look out for Laser and Rocket. Now on Quokka Queens, or I should say Delirium. I should say Rocket and Laser on Quokka Queens. What I meant was on the Delirium side, De Niro is one of the guys you should look out for. Live is another guy to look out for too, who could be in contention for MVP of the match if they win in this one. And yeah, I got my teams mixed up already, but Quokka
Adam,
Queens.
I think you just went through the entire roster for both teams almost, or at least half of them. So everyone being contended for this. In the last time we've casted both of these teams, it was De Niro on the support lineup for Delirium, picking up the MVP for us here in the casting booth. And for the side of Quokka Queens, it was Laser on the DPS side. That was really good. We did get a short pause, but right back into the action. We are in here with both these teams meeting up, playing two mirror zombie compositions. It's gonna be Nevnio gone out of mech, but they actually do get the kill onto Mr. S. Mr. S really stepping up last time for Delirium to help pull off that reverse sweep on the DPS lineup. Won't be in this first team fight. And it's going to be going to the side of Quokka Queens to cap this point, and Laser already doing damage so far, Adam.
And this is a nice start already for the Quokka Queens. It felt like they had control of that one just pretty much from the very beginning. And look at this already. Rocket already has a Coalescence on standby, and EMP's almost ready as well. But as I say, File has a Primal Rage, and Marshall has his own Coalescence on standby.
Yeah, they're going to get the Coalescence off first for Rocket, but there's Coalescence from Marshall's, and the follow-up EMP by Maxen's going to hit 4. Hits De Niro, who doesn't have that beat. Now counter EMP, and Zorkon gets that beat online just a minute late, or just a second late for Laser before falling. Mr. S also falls as well, so 5v5. Now Lack takes out Nevio. Gonna be a 5v4 coming in, and it's popping up red in the kill feed. Delirium's gonna flip this point over after a few more stalls come in. Laser gets hacked, gonna quickly to fall. Not before taking out De Niro, but 54% build up for Quokka Queens. Still an impressive start.
A still impressive start as well. But the higher is this? Only 2 ults were already used on the side of Delirium from Marshall and Zangetsu, and you already have 2 tank ults on standby and already have a beatdown on standby, I should say sound barrier. So let's see if that can help out in this next fight.
To see Marshall has a Coalescence way before Rocket. The Blossom following up by Mr. Ed doesn't get much. And protected by Zorkon. Here comes the Death Blossom and the beat counter from De Niro. Gonna be following up though. It's gonna be Blue and Quokka Queens pushing in. Gets the elimination. Zorkon takes out 2, and they're gonna be flipping this point right back over. Close to equal percent, 46%, but now Quokka Queens trying to close this one now, take a lead on Busan.
I think that was a better 4-man EMP from Madsen than the last time because it got the more important targets, aka the healers on that team fight. Already Madsen had already taken out Marshall. My goodness.
Yeah, and now Rocket's gonna be way ahead in the Coalescence. Could be a last team fight scenario. Zagusa has that EMP. You really need to hit Rocket or during it. There's the Coalescence and a big EMP from Zagusa, perfectly timed. Negates Rocket's entire ultimate ability. And following up with the kill is De Niro. Primal Rage from Files, just the icing on the cake. Gonna be taken out too. Flip this point right back over. But about 99% built up, 98 actually. Gonna be happy to regroup.
Well, not at the end of the world for Quokka Queens. They are going to have 2 ults on standby. But what the amazing part was Delirium was able to win that team fight, and Live was still able to hold on to that self-destruct, which could be a disaster for Quokka Queens if that self-destruct can be timed correctly.
It definitely has to be timed correctly. Marshall really wants to get that Coalescent up online if they can. Here's Live with the Diva Bomb, knocking in the air, takes out Zorthcon. Death Blossom on Laser, from Laser on the point, evens it out. Now Rocket with the kill on De Niro. Marshall's Coalescent is up online, trying to get something done, but the Primal Rage from QZY says bye-bye, Marshall. Off into the train rail, takes them out. Diva, D-Mech from Live, trying to get there on point, trigger the overtime, is File, and the beat from De Niro comes in, but File dangerously low, trying to get a Primal Rage. Here's a Diva Bomb over point, and Delirium, one after another, are falling. It's just Zangusa, quickly a fall, 99% to 95. And it's Quokka Queens picking up this first round on Busan.
And that's an excellent work from the Quokka Queens. Now you saw Matson had an EMP, did miss Marshall, but QZ was able to make up for that and correct his mistake by knocking Marshall to the train rails. That's something we could definitely call, in the Overwatch community, having each other's backs. You think, oh, Marshall's still there. Hey, don't worry that you missed the EMP on him. I'll knock Marshall out for you.
Yeah, QZY stepping up there is really, really big on the Winston Primal Rage. Not getting everyone around, but specifically, Marshall got the tail end of it. Now we're seeing 2 completely different compositions. We're seeing that Brawl Rush composition out with the Reinhardt Diva. Who is gonna be better here? Big pick from Zagusta, taking out Zorthcon. There's no speed boost there. Have to be really careful now if you're QZY on the Reinhardt. And they're dangerously low. I don't know why Delirium's not pushing into this. Laser takes out De Niro now. Finally gets to go QZY, but there was just no mech from Live. So they weren't able to push in there. And now it's actually Quokka Queens coming out on top, getting control of this point, starting off.
Yeah, that mech would have been very important in that team fight, because that's a lot of blocking that's pretty much that you're missing there in that fight. Why they weren't able to push in.
They used the amplification matrix just to push them back a little bit. They actually get the Diva mech. Here comes the Blizzard though from Madsen. And that's him earlier. They were up and winning this team fight, and the Blizzard, honestly, just I would say a little bit too aggressive coming out from Quokka Queens, Adam.
Yeah, would probably regret that one in case Delirium does end up winning another team fight, because that Blizzard probably would have been a lifesaver for a future team fight.
The Delirium probably can't win this one. They need to get the Blizzard down, and they do, and they get the Reinhardt frozen. QZY freezes to death. A big Blizzard from Mr. S and Live cleaning it up with the Diva. Honestly, beautiful synchronization and just beautiful Overwatch coming out from Mr. S.
And like, as I mentioned before, that Blizzard that Madsen used the fight before, that could have come into extremely good use, because that could have just saved their lives in that situation. And instead of their 55% going up again, now Delirium is starting to count up on their control of the point.
We gotta keep an eye on QCY with the shatter. It gets blocked beautiful by Bio, blocking that shatter. Here comes the charge pin. Knock Bio down really low, but De Niro has the beat. QCY gets taken out, and a Diva Bomb from behind. Doesn't get a big main wall, and the shatter from Bio hits 3 down onto the ground. Delirium should be coming out on top of this team fight. Just need to do a little bit more here. But a big blizzard from NACC coming out, zoning everyone off the point. But the fight's not even happening on the point. It's happening all around that blizzard. Here comes QCY charging in, and De Niro gives them a little bit of a help off the cliff. And NACC, I think, was trying to turn that fight with that blizzard, but there wasn't anyone there really.
No, that's gonna be another blizzard Matson definitely would want back. But going back with QZ trying to get that Earth Shatter, which could have been a useful one, and then another lifesaver there with the Ice Wall, I think that was. So now 3 ults on standby for Delirium, and 2 of them being used right now.
Oh, what a huge blizzard, freezing 5 of the team, and it just immediately deleted Team Kill Secure and Mr. S. What a madman, you're kidding me, just doing outstanding things.
I'm gonna say that was very cold of Mr. S to just do that. Get what I did there? Especially the...
Yeah.
He got a Jedi on standby.
Oh, what a big boop! Look, a big boop from De Niro taking off QZY. A big elimination there. The Shatter is free and knocks 3 down on the ground. Overtime is triggered, but Zangusta getting done with a Casty. De Niro celebratory beat. QZY charging in and booped up into the air. 100% for 55, and Delirium coming to play, tying it up 1-1 on Busan.
Oh, I'm feeling delirious about that round there. It's a lot of good blizzards, especially from the incredible Mr. S, and especially a few team fights where I thought Matson should have saved his blizzard, which could have saved Quokka Queens there, but instead of, he got overly aggressive on one of the fights, which ended up biting not just himself, but that entire team there on the very next fight. And these are ults. Like, ults can be good, but sometimes you gotta have a good timing of when to use it, because rushing into use it or being overly aggressive with an ult can just be a huge mistake on your part. So now Matson's opting for the Sombra instead, and QZ going back to everyone's favorite gorilla.
Yeah, everyone's favorite Winston Monkey player. Got me playing ZombieCom into this rush. Matson really needs to try to find some big value here with this Sombra pick. On the other side, Mr. S looking to get some big ultimates of that Blizzard play. Almost gate capped here by Quokka Queen, since our gate control at this point. Now walking in, it's the rest of the team, and Marshall gets a big pick onto QZY. Bio has a shatter online, but it's the supports finding the eliminations. Laser takes out 1, but it's just like that. That Reinhardt just takes too much space at him, and now Bio has a free shatter right to go.
Oh man, we have seen this before. We've seen this story many times. You get an Earth Shatter already on standby, and it would become very useful unless any barring disaster happens. We've seen this story way too many times, and if Delirium wins this map, we could go back to the control center of the overly aggressiveness of Matson using the Blizzard on one of the fights.
Yeah, here comes the Blizzard from Mr. S. Now the Shatter flanking around actually misses everyone up. They were walking too far. Immortality Field going to try to save File, but just around the corner, not there. Live gets the D-Mech out and he's gone. And it looks like it's just going to be a stall here, trying to get a little bit more percent. Laser, 1, 2, looking 3. Gonna clean it up here. Quokka Queens should be flipping this point over after Rocket picks up the double kill. Shout out to BPL for the raid. Also, Elo Hell coming out with the raid earlier as well. Appreciate also two leagues competing in this league, Adam. And well, this EMP could be really, really big as we get back into this engaged team fight. Gonna get all 6, and there's a Death Blossom from Laser. And they get all 6, and the Death Blossom, honestly, wasn't needed, Adam. You gotta ask yourself, did they need to use both of those?
Oh, you think back to Matson using that overly aggressive Blizzard, and now Laser using an overly aggressive Death Blossom. Now, this could be another instance of an overly aggressive ult coming back to haunt you if Delirium wins this next team fight.
Here's the D.Va Bomb, definitely able to be safe. You get the Immortality Field out. Here's the counter D.Va Bomb, almost catches Laser, but it's Nevio. Stayed way too aggressive. Now there's an aggressive B, incredible. Mr. X takes out Zorkon with the Icicle to the head. Just like that, Delirium walking away, flipping this point right back over. 62% filled up for QQ.
Well, we saw 2 ults not get any kills, but I think they had some good use to them because it did scatter the Quokka Queens, and they were just able to pick them off one at a time. But with 2 ults gone, they got 3 ults on standby. You got Earth Shatter, you got a Blizzard, 2 CC ults, and you got an Amp Matrix that could help out in the end.
Now there's that Amp Matrix from Marshall up online, covering an entire area, giving Zangusta plenty of damage. Amplify the Shatter, doesn't knock anyone, everyone's hiding around. Mr. S gets a big zoning off with that Blizzard, but really no value. Instead, good pick onto Rocket. Live and File, dangerously low. Mr. S needs some heals, frozen up onto the point. Tanks definitely low. Here's the Death Blossom. Laser capitalizes with the low tanks and takes them out. Finds the 3 eliminations. Quokka Queens, they are not done yet. They're going to be forcing a last team fight scenario, 97%. Basically, you can't give it up here, Adam.
No, you cannot at all. Laser did a better job this time, not being too aggressive with the Death Blossom. Able to time that one right. And now with the next team fight, let's see what we got for Quokka. Self-destruct? No, never mind. That was a remake. There's the EMP right there.
There's the EMP. They're being aggressive instead. They don't want to be too slow. File gets a pin onto Matson. 87%, but Laser stepping up, taking out 2. And De Niro just is short of that beat. 92%, 93, 94. They might want to get one last touch, but they got to do it now. Here comes De Niro flanking around. They're going to get the touch. And here's the beat to keep themselves up and alive. The D.Va Bomb coming in, gets nothing. Now Laser in the back line, taking out the stragglers from the spawn point. Picks up the 3 elimination. Laser being an outstanding player for Quokka Queens. Just the D.Va and the Lucio up on the point. The Death Blossom should solidify this one. And 99 to 97%. Quokka Queens coming out with the early lead in the first to 3 series 1-0. Picking up the win on Busan.
And Matson had quite a bit of good. Before I talk Matson, let's talk Laser. He had a wasted ult before, so did Matson, but even with those mistakes, they were still able to get themselves back together. And looking at Laser, the Reaper skills, and did you see that wall there? like that was too little too late right there, and Laser's like, oh,
yeah,
no, you are still dying tonight. I am Reaper, and death will walk, death is among you right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Laser, we saw right there at the end of the stat, 19,000% here, or 19K, sorry, per percent. 19,000 hero damage done, Adam, and that was 31% of the total damage done. So Laser right there at the end, they picked up the stragglers there. They got the touch, Adam, for Delirium, but Laser was a force to be reckoned with, and he couldn't push through. Picks up the 3 kills, and that solidified Quokka Queens with the win on Busan. So taking an early lead in this first to 3 series, got to pick up 3 wins to move on to face for the finals, right? And that was Frontline Esports, I think, that won for ELL. So Forefront Esports, my apologies. Forefront Esports that won for the other semifinals match. So they are watching these two teams, Adam. They are taking notes and they're trying to figure out who are they going to play. And honestly, Adam, I can't even decide right now because both these teams are so close and evenly matched.
Yeah, definitely evenly matched. We're very familiar with Forefront Esports. I know we casted for them twice against the same team. So one of these two teams is going to have to go up against the likes of Boosted, who has got to be one of the best Rhines we have seen in this tournament. Like, how many Earth Shatters have we seen him get in those fights, especially when we've seen against Atomic? And I'd say that's a lot. That's if every we had a charity and had $1 donated every
Yes.
time Boosted got it at Earth Shatter, I would say that charity would be a success.
Yes, that was a joke we made on that last stream casting for Esports. So congratulations to them. I'm sure they're watching this match. We're gonna be getting into our next match here shortly, our escort style map, which is gonna be the streets of Rialto. We do have a sub though coming in, and it is going to be live being subbed out, and Jesus subbing in, for that tank role. So we'll have to see what Jesus brings to the table, Adam. But, of course, both these teams coming from two different organizations. Quokka Queens coming in from Tranquility. Season 7, they were the semifinalists. And Delirium actually representing us here at UGC Season 16 last season. Beginners, they finished 3rd place. Now, I gotta say this, Adam, though. Coming into this tournament, they are definitely the sleeper agents. They were, based on average SR skill rating, they were the lowest. And honestly, they were the underdogs playing against Reminiscence last week. And they pulled off a reverse sweep. They turned it around. And here, against Quokka Queens, one of the top-rated teams coming in, they're holding their word. They're standing their ground, Adam. And honestly, this one could also go the distance.
Yeah, just like the San Francisco 49ers of the NFL, you can never count this team out. These guys know their Overwatch well. They know how to pull off their ults well, barring any interference from the other team. And we have commentated quite a bit of Delirium in the past. And these guys tend to be kind of underestimated, and they could just catch a good team by surprise. And just like I said, just like the 49ers did to the Cowboys, just like the 49ers did to the Packers.
Yeah, definitely a sleeper agent, someone that is being underestimated here, but we know Delirium, we've casted them, and we've casted them just recently, and they have shown that they are here to compete, and they are showing that they are here trying to win and secure their spot in the grand finals. We actually have another sub coming in here for Delirium. It looks like Francesco coming in for Zagusta, and this is the first time we've seen Francesco tonight, Anna, but this isn't the first time we've seen him play for Delirium. He was a big DPS star for Delirium in the match against Reminiscence.
Oh yeah, especially I know I didn't see much of that match. I know I've heard a lot of great things about that match, but according to the info, I think look out for the Ash. I'll bet if he brings out the Ash, although not in this case, he's gonna bring out the Cassidy.
Ash Cassidy.
But either way, this guy is a pretty big sharpshooter. Give him like a Cassidy or an Ash, or if he's gonna go full on sniper like a Widowmaker or a Hanzo, he's gonna more likely than not find his marks like Patrick Mahomes can to his wide receivers, especially the star wide receiver and tight end Travis Kelce, or I should say Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce respectively.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Francesco coming in as a pretty significant hit scan hero. Also saw a little bit of the Ash. However, over on Quokka Queens with the defense, they are playing the double shield composition. Sigma and Orisa And they're bringing out the double snipers, Laser and Reborn. Hanzo and Widowmaker, very long sight lines here for Rialto, especially this first point. Rolling around the first corner, it's Delirium. They're going to take that and take the fight at the second corner. Have to be careful, it's being contested. Looking to rotate around possibly. Sonic Arrow goes out so they see where they are. Zorthcon up on the high ground, now drops down. Here to come, trying to take ZY out quickly, and they do. A big elimination on the main tank. Reborn sneaks the kill on De Niro, so it's up to Marshall now. Nevnio able gets taken out Francesco. Jesus making plays, subbing in already, takes out the Octane. Switch coming out from QZY to rejoin the fight quickly onto the Wrecking Ball. So not sure if they're going to just stick with this Wrecking Ball or if they're going to switch around here once the next team fight comes in. Amplification Matrix up on front. Spider Strike picks up the double. Dragon Strikes from Reborn all over the card. Just his own able now takes out De Niro again. But a big Fire Strike from the Amplification Matrix. And a big assist coming out from Marshall. Perfectly timed and perfectly spaced there, Adam.
Yeah, nice work out of Delirium, just keeping their composure, getting the mini kills that they need, and forcing pretty much Quokka Queens to switch out of snipers. So now no more Widow or Hanzo. Now you see a Cassidy and a Mei, which could potentially create some problems. Although Nivino is has a graphitic flux on standby, and I could shudder on that one.
Yeah, it definitely could shudder, and De Niro isn't even close to that feed because they've been eliminated twice. Coming in underneath the bridge, up on the high ground is Quokka Queens. Now they're going to drop down. Laser has a very nice position. Everyone's flanked around. The shatter from Jesus is blocked. Here comes the flux, and the trans from Quokka Queens kept everyone up and healthy. Nevino gets the double. And they commit the Blizzard, actually, from Mr. X. The Blizzard gone. I'm not sure if that was an accidental fat finger, but honestly, I'm expecting more of Mr. S knows that that one was lost.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a next team fight. That could have been a big lifesaver there, and with that Blizzard gone, that's less CC control, but not all hope is lost. You still have 3 ults left on standby, including that Dead Eyes and Amp Matrix.
Yeah, look at this. They have a flank around the wall, up and over, and they use the Amplification Matrix inside. Here's the high noon. It gets flashed. Nice zone out it. Taken out the Diva Bomb from File just to get the fresh remech instead. Francesco, though, gets taken out by Rocket, so they're down 1. Here's a beat from De Niro. Give everyone the extra heals. Could be a difference maker. And the big Blizzard was canceled by taking out Reborn, and the Shatter was blocked by Jesus. They're trying to cap this point. QZY needs to be taken out, though. It's just the supports and the Reinhardt. QZY very low and falls. Reborn switching over to the Doomfist to get back to stall it out. Reborn gone, reduced to Adam, and going back to the spawn. Rocket alone on the point, and Mr. S taking them out. Bio, Giddy, Rocket, and Mr. S clutching it up with the 3 kills. 4 minutes capping B, and this one, Adam, they could snowball this very easily.
Good, and despite losing a Blizzard from an earlier team fight, Delirium didn't really lose their composure at all, despite some missed opportunities with some ults. They were able to get the right timing of kills. They were able to at least stagger Quokka Queens, and now they're going to keep this going.
Yeah, they're going to use the Blizzard here for Mr. S. The 2 ultimates that come out, the Gravic Flux and the Amplification Matrix. They even commit the B. Bio gets 1 with a Demon Bomb, but Reborn takes out 2. Not sure if they're actually going to flip this over. They get the kill on Reborn and regroup as Jesus, the Soul Shatter onto Rocket is gone. They're actually turning the momentum here. They're getting the stagger kills. It's just 3. Reborn, definitely the big one to come out. They have the Meteor Strike coming up online this team fight. De Niro has the beat. Gotta keep an eye on that one. Here comes the Meteor Strike. Here it comes throwing down. Takes out the Immortality field. File gets the kill on Reborn. QZY trying to build up that shatter, but De Niro still has that beat online in the back of their pocket. The teammate got to Nivio. High noon, no value, and 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Delirium. What an impressive time set on Rialto.
Oh, that momentum, they never lost that ever since they got to that second point there. But let's go. I wish we had replay eyes, because we could go back to, I think File was the one on the Reinhardt after that Earth Shatter on, I think Rocket was the, yeah, Jesus.
Was on
Excuse me.
Right. Yep.
But yeah, that was like, despite moving and it was at a long range, that was a nice, accurate fire strike there. To be able to finish off, I think, the Lucio player, I think it was Zorth or Rocket, I forget who it was. But now we're going to see some switches here. And it looks entirely different here. We got Lasers now on the Pharah. Reborn is on the Tracer. Zorth playing the Mercy. Looks like we could see some Pharmacy comp going on there. And Rocket going to be going to the Ana on this one. And on the side of Delirium,
look at De Niro,
not much has changed.
Look at De Niro.
Let me see. I'm gonna try to find him.
De Niro, the Lucio player up there, waiting for the big boot to come out.
Oh.
The only target I see really is the Ana. But I don't know if Rocket's actually gonna be that aggressive. Have to wait for the cart. De Niro, waiting up, bring the Fair Mercy. Laser here, set from the spawn. No, Laser knew exactly where he was through the spawn, actually. Heard that Lucio hopping around. Hippity hoppity. But De Niro gets out with their light. Lots of eyes on Francesco with the Cassie to deal with this Fair Mercy composition. Also QZY rolling around to stun them as they come and slam down. First corner gone. Now there's going to be fighting at the second. Reborn trying to find some value. One of the supports behind. Jesus up on the front line, just holding around the corner to stop that car in the track. No progress being made, but plenty of time ticking down. Laser almost has that barrage online. Big ultimate there, could be a difference maker, and gets the D-Mech onto File. File in really dangerous position. Laser getting closer and closer to that barrage. Francisco takes out Reborn, so can focus more up on the front line of Laser. Remech coming out, and they pop the amplification matrix just so everyone can stay up and get back in position. But here comes Reborn with the pulse bomb. D-Mech onto Nevnio though. They're gonna have to wait for Nevnio to get that Remech to push back in, and Mr. S has the Blizzard to drop on point. Here comes Reborn looking for that pulse bomb onto De Niro. Laser trying to find an opportunity and an angle to use this barrage. Here comes the nano boost onto the Ferret, and there's the high noon, and the pulse bomb, and the roll through takes out Francesco. That was just too much. However, it's an even team fight. Nevnio though, gone, resurrected. File out of mech, gets the mech back, trying to regroup with their team. Almost has a Diva Bomb for a fresh one, but they lose that team fight, and they're going to be pushing in here in just a moment.
Yeah, just a moment indeed. You got QZ and Zorthon, who's already using his ult. And yeah, ult's already being used on standby here as I speak. Still 2 more on standby for Delirium.
On standby, the Blizzard onto ball, and the Diva Bomb coming out, looking to take them out as well, but no. Actually, yes, they get the kill onto Nevnio with the Diva Bomb from File. Laser takes out Francesco, so no threat in the sky. Laser picking up the others onto Mr. S and Jesus. And Laser doing, once again, striking hard. Pew, 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 1, 2, 3. And a funny boot, actually, onto QZY slamming into the river, but they're going to cap this here, Adam, and keep this car moving.
And that Pharmacy comp, we have seen this so many times. How deadly this could be if you're not able to hit either Zorth or even Laser. And Laser getting 3 kills, 2 of them, I think, were damage boosted by Zorth here. And look at the reward they got after that. Quokka Queens, dude, both DPS ults on standby, and you got the ever so big Nano Boost on standby.
And here comes the barrage laser. Here it is in the back line, immediately deleted. Marshall was ready for it, and they take out the Mercy combo with it. Pulse bomb onto the Reinhardt, but well, Jesus has more hit points than Reborn on the Tracer Adam, and just kind of self-destructed right on top of them.
Yeah, Laser probably would have wanted that one back, as Delirium's Jesus was ready for that one. Make that all go to waste, and now both the ultimates are gone, and now you're only left with a Nano Boost.
A Nano Boost can be a big difference maker if you give it to Laser or Reborn. Probably one of those two are your target. Laser gets the rocket kill onto Mr. S, and here comes Laser with a barrage, looking for the support. High Noon takes out Rocket, QZY, and the D-Mech. It's a Laser and Fair of Mercy with Zorkon. Fly away, fly away, back to the spawn point. 2 minutes left on this attack.
And Francesco saying, hey, Laser, you got pinpoint accuracy. You got laser accuracy? Well, let me show you my laser accuracy, too. I take out your QZ and Rocket with that.
Interesting, we see Jesus switching over to the Winston instead. So no Ryan to pressure the cart. Instead, they're switching over to more of a zombie composition. Here comes the Valkyrie from Zorthcon. Give everyone that damage amplification and the heal aid to everyone. They're looking for Rocket in the back line, but gets pocketed. Minefields over the cart. Mr. X gone, exploded, but Laser eliminated as well. Jesus dangerously low. Here's a Diva Bomb up in the air. Too high to do any damage. Rocket gets the key kill onto Jesus. The main tank gone. Even fight though so far, and Francesco turn the tide, gets a kill on Reborn, and they're coming out on top. Have to take out Laser, doesn't have that Mercy of pocket, and quickly a fall after the hack. Mr. S switching over to the Somber, so straight zombie comp with 60 seconds remaining.
And his defense out of Delirium is continuing to do some pretty good solidifying work here. Knowing what they're doing, knowing their priorities, and now with the last 45 seconds, you got 2 ults on standby. You got the Deadly Deadeyes, and File has a self-destruct, which could provide some trouble for Quokka.
Yeah, but the barrage definitely from Laser is a key one. QZY trying to roll around, find the position, go in, wait for the team to go. Somber looking for the hack. Francesco gets the high new onto Laser. Big elimination from them. Now they're walking in. They get the resurrection, but Marshall's coalescing. Coming out. Here's a barrage. Looking, it's eaten and taken out. And the flash from Francesco to stun. 8 seconds remaining. Kicking down. Delirium up 1 elimination. Looking to close this one out. Jesus is gone, so no primal race there, but De Niro coming online with the beat. Francesco subbing in and making plays, taking out Laser, and it's all red in the kill feed. Delirium, celebratory beat from De Niro, and they are tying this series up at 1-1.
Wow. I literally have no words to describe how great the defense of Delirium was in that last push. Just a lot of good ults, especially from there. But first, let's look at Navito. Navio from this one. Navino. This graphitic flux. You can see how deadly this one was. Although, unfortunately, it just really didn't matter as much as Delirium had a lot of good plays going their way there. But gotta give Laser some credit. Did a lot of damage for his team. But I gotta give it to Francesco for his pinpoint accuracy with a ton of shots with the Cassidy, and especially with the well-timed Deadeye. That Deadeye, the last one he did, he only got 1, but that one proved to be significant on Laser. Even though Zorth would res him later on, and then the barrage ending up getting mostly blocked by Files. So in the end, that was pretty much a momentum killer for Quokka.
Yeah, as the off-tank player, Diva, if there's a fair on the enemy team, Adam, you have one job and one job only, and that's to negate the entire barrage as much as you can with your whole defense matrix, and that's exactly what Fio did. And then the kills just came out for the rest of the team of Delirium. Delirium tying this one up first to 3. It's 1-1. The last semifinals match to see who secures the grand finals match. We are going to go to a halftime break since it is after our second map. So everyone go ahead and stretch, get some water, get something to eat, get a snack. We have more exciting Overwatch here for North America Community Championship. We'll be back here shortly. Welcome back, everyone, from that break. Hopefully, everyone is here and set to go. Before we get started, these two teams definitely output a lot of energy here. Gotta get refueled, and one better way to refuel, but with some Bite Ramen. Fuel the UGC League here. Bite Ramen, high protein noodle that does it all. Go ahead if you want to save 10% off your order. Go to shop.biteramen.com/UGC. Use our promo code UGC at checkout. Save 10% off your order. They have 3 great, outstanding flavors. Me personally, trying all 3. Highly recommend the garlic pork and getting that Fly by Jin Sichuan chili crisp hot sauce. It goes on the ramen and it's just purely delicious. Coming back to this though, Quokka Queens and Delirium tying up 1-1, and we are going to our hybrid style map, Adam, and well, it's King's Row, so that's always exciting.
Kings Row, it's a classic map. One of my personal favorites to go through. Especially a lot of things you could do here. You could snipe, be like Francesco, be a sniper, or actually Matsen could be sniping too. We've seen that. Or Laser, I should say, was the sniper in the last map, which would have been perfect for him in the offensive spawn point of the first point, although he has been subbed out by, I think, Matsen is going in from
For
the Quokka Queens. I just realized.
yes,
Like,
Laser has been subbed out. Matson has been subbed in. Yes, Laser is being subbed out. So Laser, I mean, doing a lot of stuff. Kind of got stopped there on Rialto with Francesco's coming in. Francesco is still in though. So Matson subbing in, seeing if they can actually do something and maybe silence Francesco. That'll be interesting, Adam, because Francesco has been really a big difference maker, just like in the last series. Been a huge difference maker coming in on that DPS role, and I'm curious to see what these two teams bring out here on King's Row.
and like I said before, I would say, yeah, this is what we were expecting the whole time, and it looks like Delirium's going to be on the attack first. Francesco looks like he's going to be sitting on top of the door in the offensive spawn point. Probably going to look out for some big sniping position. Incredible Mr. S might take a sniping position on the Meridian building right here. And seeing, looks like Yizu. This is interesting. We're seeing a Roadhog for the first time in this series. Unless he's trying to fool with us. File going back to Diva. Yeah, there it is.
Yep. I'm not sure if that was, the hog here would have been a little bit questionable. Reborn on the Doomfist though, on the defense, definitely not a traditional pick though, so we'll have to see if Reborn can actually get some value here. Walking around Mr. S on the main, looking for that wall. Francesco up, sniping in that Widow's Peak with the Widowmaker, trying to catch someone out. It's Bios though, drawing first blood, taking out Matson, the sub coming in, getting eliminated. Rockcats play super careful here, back around, don't want the headshot, and Reborn actually gets sniped out of the air by Francesco. They're up 1, Zorthcon, Galo, and Bio takes them out, and they take out Nevio, and a roll coming out, and the shatter from Jesus takes out Matson. I gotta say, maybe a little bit overcommitted there, Adam, but at least they're gonna get the point. Maybe you need to cap this point, Adam. You gotta get 3 ticks. Reborn looks like they might try come back in here, but it's gonna be too late. Finally, they get the point in that first attack.
Yeah, I don't know if I should have used that Earth Shatter right away past the first point, but yeah, Francesco before switching to Cassidy. You should have seen that on the replay if we had it. Taking out Reborn, that was a big, nice shot there from the high ground of the spawn point to get things rolling for Delirium.
Yeah, and now the Blizzard from Mr. S gonna free so many people. It freezes 4. Zorthcon has to beat, but Rocket actually didn't get caught by it. Matson with High Noon takes out De Niro. Marshall uses that amplification matrix, and the Viva Bomb takes out Francesco, sneaks one in there. Navnio, dangerous position, falls to Mr. S. Reborn with the uppercut, taking out Mr. S. And punch on to Jesus, right into the wall, slamming in. And Reborn actually getting stuff done with this Doomfist.
That's a nice work there. With Navino using the self-destruct when he got taken out of mech. We thought there'd be no value in it, but turned out it ended up costing a little momentum for Delirium in that one.
Jesus has that shatter now online again. You gotta get through this trope. Being aggressive is Jesus, trying to find out point to use that shatter. Here's a shatter coming out from the side, slams down 3. Reborn though on the opposite side gets the meteor strike onto Marshall. It's a 4v4. Now it's gonna be Delirium coming out on top, and they're gonna be able to make some more progress here, Adam. Finally. Nemio though on the baby diva. Making out. Now they're gonna get this car moving.
Yeah, gotta pay attention to who's at the point. If you see a word contested, yeah, look around the payload.
Yep.
You might find an unmech diva there. And that was a better Earth Shatter that time around, not too aggressive. And now, with the payload at almost 80 meters, you got 2 DPS ults on standby on the side of Delirium, but you got a sound barrier almost ready for the side of Quokka.
Yeah, almost out of the sound barrier. You actually do have it now, and Sorthron takes out Jesus. A big elimination there. And a quick just back up. Don't want to commit anything here. Just regroup. File. Big stall here from File. File, just run back. Let them be. Finally got him. Regroup though. And now come back in a better position.
Yeah, there's no need to overcommit and don't get too aggressive with ult usage. You got 3 ults on standby. You got the self-destruct, you got the blizzard, you have the amp matrix, and De Niro almost has a sound barrier ready to go to try and keep the team healthy. So plenty of options they could use to help try to get this payload past point B.
Look at this far rotation coming out from Delirium. Switches sides basically. Defense on the offense on defense. They're gonna get the blizzard out. QZY frozen just a little bit right before the pin. Jesus though gone by Matson. Matson stepping up, find a 2. Matson gets the D-Mech. They're looking to see get QZY with the slam. De Niro takes out Matson. QZY still debating on it. Gun charge out instead. Zorthcon gets double eliminations, and Zorthcon with the Lucio keeps it in the clutch time. QZY has that shatter still online.
And you've seen that many times before, the Earth Shatter, whether it gets him a play of the game or helps keep momentum going, or we've seen, or will it get blocked by either the barrier from QZ or a ice wall of all things.
Reborn's gonna have that blizzard here shortly. All eyes on QZY and Reborn looking to get value there. It's gonna be Jesus pushing in, and they use the aggressive beat to get the kill on Reborn. The counter shatter catches 2, but File still up and alive. Takes out QZY, takes out Rocket. File being a lifesaver here. Adam on the off tank roll. Uses the Demo Bomb to keep the remech. Just smart play, just so you can push it into point B. Get that extra time in the time bank. Jesus being aggressive gets the stagger kill. No way to touch this before point B. They're going to try to push this into point C with time in the time bank.
That's a nice work. Get rid of Zorth on that one. An extra kill though for them. That's going to give Jesus a little more ult charge to get closer to another Earth Shatter. Yep, there's a dead eye from Matson. We'll see if that does anything. Nope.
No, it doesn't. Just a zone them out. But here's the blizzards from both teams. Jesus, frozen, gonna get taken out, but now high noon from Francesco. So near one around the corner, sneaks the kill onto Zorthcon. Jesus still gone, but the big wall coming out from Mr. S. Francesco, the flashbang, and bam. QZY quickly eliminated. File gone, taken out, and the NO. Jesus rejoins the group. A minute, 20 seconds. Red in the kill feed. They really want to finish this with time in the bank, Adam.
Francesco may have only had 1 kill on that one, but like I said, if it's on a support like Zorth or Rocket, that proved to be very significant, as that's a lot less healing that Quokka is able to get back, get any health back for that team fight. So that eventually has helped him get to this point.
From behind the Black Slam, Jesus gets nothing, and it's all blue. They use the amplification matrix. That's the only thing they use. And now you regroup. 45 seconds. You gotta get a big eat and negate on Reborn's Blizzard here.
Oh yeah, File's gonna really need to pay attention to Reborn this next fight, because that Blizzard could pretty much spell doom to Delirium's chances at getting to the end of King's Row. But not all hope's lost. Delirium has the Deadeyes, which is being activated right now, and that's... Oh, Immortality Field saves him, but not for long.
Jesus was just inside the Blizzard, and a big shatter from QZY, slamming it down, hitting all 5. 10 seconds remaining. Can they get back onto the point? De Niro running around Lucio, racing there, trying to get there, and stuck in their track with the high noon. Overtime is triggered, but Delirium falling one after another. They will not finish the map of King's Row. Still an impressive distance, Adam, nonetheless.
Nonetheless, indeed. I gotta say, give some credit to Delirium. They've had some good moments, like the Deadeye from earlier, taking out Zorz to help at least push this cart to 63.14 meters of the 3rd point. So that's some significant moments there, but we gotta give credit Reborn and QZ. The Blizzard Earth Shatter combination. So much CC there. And there's like little to nothing you could do there. But wait for inevitable death to just claim you. And now QZ looks like he's going over to the Winston for the offense.
QZY on the Winston on the offense. Not sure if they'll stick with this. QZY, I feel like they're gonna switch over to Ryan. The other lineups of DPS and support just doesn't really make sense for that Winston to stay.
Yeah.
Probably a mere composition coming out with the rush. I mean, Ryan's just too good at him on King's Row.
Yeah, because there's so many narrow places, and especially when you get an Earth Shatter going, you've seen a lot of great plays happening there, and the only thing that could ruin it is a stun or a wall getting in the way.
And a big wall coming out from both Mays, zoning the Reinhardts out. Immortality feels down and in the pit between those May walls. QZY Jesus get healed back up. QZY has that batter online to get counter.
Oh!
Batter gone, but both Reinhardts taken out. De Niro takes out Madsen. That's one. And the momentum trying to go back to the sides of Delirium. De Niro stepping up, getting 2. Previous MVP of the last series against Reminiscence. QZY rejoined the fight. Now Jesus back in the fight as well. Rotate around, Immortality Field, keep Jesus alive barely. Now a big fire strike from QZY. A key elimination on Marshall. Not a lot of healing anymore. Mr. S has that Blizzard online. They might go back in. They got the Blizzard. Blizzard from both sides, and the high noon from Francesco takes out Rocket. A beat from De Niro, perfectly timed to keep everyone healthy. And they're pushing them back after that what looked to be a big attack. Francesco stag kill on QZY. They're even taking more time off here on Time Bank Adam. They do build up 33%.
Yeah, a pretty good work out of Delirium. They did allow some progress, but yeah, a lot of time bank done. That's going to be an important factor later on. But let's go back to earlier. QZ had a quick Earth Shatter, and Delirium must have been doing their homework and probably looking at boosted, and they were ready for that one.
They were ready. Here's the high noon speed around that wall. No way. Gonna give 2 ticks up here. Now QZY has that shatter. Might be looking for it. There's a Diva Bomb from File. Takes out Matson. The beat from Zorthcon coming out, and Jesus though with the chatter, and Nemio, the double Diva bomb kill. That might just be enough. And the kill on Mr. S. There's no one left but filing away there. Files, I guess. Back to the spawn point. Adam, 4 minutes on a time bank to try to get this point to beat.
And this all started from the second point with Matsen using that Deadeye to just pretty much keep Delirium inside the building and cowering from that, which allowed him to get another 1/3 of the tick pretty easily, in fact. And then the rest of this team fight pretty much started after that was gone, and all they needed was just 1/3 of that. So that's a pretty smart no-kill Deadeye out of Matsen.
This one's just a Zone A Blizzard all Amplification Matrix U. Francesco utilizing it perfectly, takes out 2. An immediate team fight win. And honestly, Adam, this is a great place to just hold this card right here at the choke. You have a great point here just to hold, and Mr. S has that key Blizzard.
Oh yeah, that Blizzard is definitely going to be key. You can just throw that right at point A if you want to get for a quick team kill, and you got the Deadeye to pretty much back you up. And there's that Blizzard right now. Oh,
there's the Blizzard. They get taken out. QZY dangerously low. The Immortality field there still up. Hammer down onto Francesco and the kill. Matsen stepping up, finding the elimination on Jesus. And they're going to be able to win this team fight and get this card really close to point B here.
Oh, that's probably a Blizzard I would want back there, because you die after you use the Blizzard and you just can't quite be able to find any value on that Blizzard. At least not all hope is lost. You still got a Deadeye on standby for Francesco, and we've seen a lot of great moments of Francesco using that Deadeye with some pinpoint accuracy.
Well, De Niro actually has that beat. Francesco's going to use the high noon first. De Niro might use this as an aggressive beat here. Rotate back. Zorthcon gets taken out, so there's no Lucio. Jesus. Oh, Matsen gets the elimination. Amplification Matrix coming out. Here's the beat. Diva Bomb up top, dropping down. Gonna be blocked completely, but instead it's gonna be the headshot onto QZY. Reborn dangerously low. The beat from Zorthcon rejoining, and the Diva Bomb onto Mr. S. And the Blizzard all over the point. Gonna be too much. It's just De Niro and Jesus on the point. Jesus to fall. De Niro hopping around, just stalling this one out as long as he can. Gonna be good. Falling and falls to the flashbang. Capping point B. 3 minutes to push it nearly all the way to the finish line.
Yeah, that was all they were able to do in that team fight. Is they couldn't win it. So what's the best thing they could do is they could just take some time off the clock. This could help them out later on in the team fight, but now they're in a dangerous situation. They do have the Blizzard on standby, which could help out in this team fight in this narrow space.
Could help them out. They're actually gonna get it down here. Doesn't freeze really anyone, but Matsen takes out De Niro. A key support for this team. Zorthcon boost Francesco off the map. Mr. S. In the back line, they get another kill onto Marshall. That card's still moving. Mr. S is in trouble here. 3v1 just in the back line. Stall characters coming out. Mr. S staggered here. Bio on the wrecking ball. Now it's gonna be the shatter from the QZY. Canceling that high noon from Francesco. Mr. S switching over to the Doomfist. They gotta stay on cart here, 1.98 meters away. Reborn getting ever so closer to that Blizzard. And there's no Diva to negate it. All you have is De Niro's beat, and you need to have it online for a lot of things. Nevio looking for that kill. Mr. S actually switched to the Bastion here. Coming out on the left side of spawn point, pressuring everyone back. Francesco gets the kill on Nevio, but Jesus falls. Mr. S with that Bastion, applying a lot of pressure on QZY. Reloading. High noon from Matsen. He gets the double and follows up with the triple kill. And Matsen subbing in and making a difference maker right at the end. Quokka Queens taking a lead in the series, forcing a match point 2-1.
Matson really had some great moments there, some great dead eyes there, but let's take a look at QZ. Why you got play of the game? Well, it's this.
Wow. Big
Wow, this is
scatter.
why, one of the reasons why that the quintuple kill there, that pretty much was one of the big factors that pretty much stopped Delirium in their tracks almost after the Blizzard came out. QZ, why are you causing so much trouble for Delirium in that instance?
Yeah, I don't know, but QZY is definitely doing great on the main tank role, Adam. I mean, really, really shining there. Got shout out on the support lineup. Rocket, a 20,000 Healy done. That's a lot for support, especially on a hybrid style map. We are getting some subs in here for Delirium. Marshall being subbed out and Lane being subbed in. Live being subbed in for Jesus. So, Lane and Live. Subbing in, and our next map, 2CP Assault style map, gonna be the Sky Industry. So, I'm curious to see if we see maybe a little bit different composition coming out from Delirium. Maybe they're gonna be playing some form of aerial hero, whether that's a Pharah or honestly, I think Echo is a great pick here on the Sky, Adam.
Yeah, Echo's got more versatility than a Pharah would, especially when you got those sticky bombs that you could spread out and cause some damage, and then the focus blast, the focus beam, could really be a great finisher against half health heroes when you're in 16 meters of range. And don't get me started on the duplicate, because you could be seeing a lot. I could see like whoever plays an Echo probably mostly duplicating the tanks, because that's pretty much a common strategy most Echo players do. That's what I've seen is you will duplicate going for the Diva or going for a Reinhardt to increase longevity, and yeah, because tanks obviously have the most health in the game. Dude, like I said, they're tanks. You gotta have as much health as possible to try and stay alive here. They're basically your blockers or offensive line or even tight ends.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you take the tank not just because of the health, Adam, though. You take the tank because the majority of them, their ultimates, and it really changed the team fight. And they were huge, high impactful ultimates. Diva Bomb or Earth Shatter, or if you pick up the Sigma, the Gravitic Flux, those ultimates from the tank lineups can be super, super impactful. We'll actually see if the team actually brings it, and well, what do you know, Adam?
Yes!
Mr. S, bring the Echo, playing this untouchable composition on Vizcaya, but, Adam, I gotta say, I'm a little excited to see Matson's hero pick right here.
Yes.
Torbjorn,
yes!
Yeah, a little bit.
Finally, the Torbjorn, I know you love it. How many turrets are we going to be seeing? How much turret action? How much lava are we going to be seeing here? Oh, man. The engineer from Sweden. Who doesn't love Torbjorn?
I feel like very few people would say they don't like it. It's just amazing. It's just a lot of fun to throw down a turret. Definitely annoying, though, for the attacker, especially if you're playing Tracer or Echo, which are the two DPS that Delirium are playing. Delirium trying to pull this back, tie this series up here, or at least force a draw to possibly win it in a map 6 scenario. Quokka Queens trying to close this one out and solidify their place in the grand finals. QZY helps that along, taking out De Niro. They get the resurrection back here. Now they're pushing in. They're actually being aggressive. They're taking the fight to Delirium. Live gets demeg, and Matson actually sneaks the kill onto Lane. One volley, and now volley the Rats. Matson with the double takes out Live on the Torbjorn pick. Love to see it. I have a smile on my face, Adam, anytime Torbjorn gets picked in these high intense Overwatch matches. And a whole minute already gone off the clock.
And you got two ways of shooting. You got the little mini shots, or you can definitely go with the shotgun shots, which does a surprisingly amount of damage, especially to a tank. that could be good with shredding tanks. And yeah, if you don't see a turret coming, you could be in for a world of hurt. And look at that, 20% away from a molten core.
Yeah, 20% off to the ultimate. QZY has their ultimate online. Live, dangerously low, needs to get some heals back up, but doesn't have that high impactful off flex healer. Instead, taking them out in the back lines, QZY and Matson, only one shiny so far here in the kill feed, and that's just enough. Live is just getting melted, and they aren't being as aggressive. Honestly, Adam, they're treating this composition a lot like a rush brawl composition, which you can't play this like that. You have to find those targets in the back line. You gotta be spread out.
They definitely gotta be spread out. Definitely gotta, if you're a diva, you gotta like push the high ground back. You gotta pressure this defense a little bit. Otherwise, you're just gonna let them just have their way with you.
They get actually the trans, they force the trans and the Valkyrie. Francesco though gets the kill, pulse bomb onto Zorthcon. Here comes the Diva Bomb on point, and Mr. S follows up with a focus beam onto Laser. File drops the minefield on the point. Rocket headshot onto Francesco with the duplication onto the Orisa, Mr. S. Matson's hers contribute to the fight. Matson also contribute to the fight. QZY getting it. But Francesco with the Tracer gets the double, and they should be able to close this one out. Perhaps it's the support and Matson and Mega Health Pack crew. Mr. S there, and the respawns are coming back. Laser with the Soldier 76 switch, and Matson turret getting it done. De Niro finally takes them out. The respawns are in the advantage of the attackers, but not when they are so spaced out and the eliminations are just too much. 38 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you're spaced out, and what does Quokka have to do? Well, they just take you out one at a time. You don't ever want to have to separate. But you did not all hope is lost. You got a pulse bomb almost on standby. You got the self-destruct on standby, and that's pretty much all they got to work with. They have to work with.
You gotta work something with this Diva Bomb, but nothing comes out of it. Instead, they get the double kill. Everyone dangerously low, though. Lane almost gone. Needs to get healed up, and does. Now you gotta get onto the point. Focus down a target. Focus one. Gotta be looking for them. Get the Brig. Get the Baptiste. Take them out. Taking out the Brig. Taking out Zorthcon. De Niro picking up both supports. And they finally find a way to get on this point, Adam, and cap it all the way in the overtime push.
This offense has been absent for almost this entire map here, and all of a sudden, there's a lot of life in that fight there. Look, though you couldn't get a kill with the self-destruct, it did do quite a bit to disperse Quokka a little bit to help pick them off almost one at a time there. So now, going into this second point, which is one of the hardest to win on offense, you got 3 ults on standby for Quokka versus just support ults for the other side.
Files just got whip shot into that ice.
Poor hamster.
I think he's going ice fishing there, Adam. They're just going to wait a moment for File to rejoin them. But it's going to be a quick regroup. They have his double support ultimates coming in. Gotta be really solidified discipline when you're going to use that Transcendence. De Niro has to know when to use the opportunity. Drop the minefields up or high ground. Here comes the Molten Gore live and dropping it. Mr. S gets the kill. Key kill on QZY, but Lane gets taken out in the air. Wasn't in the Transcendence area. Diva Bomb dropping onto the point. Mr. S with the duplication onto the Diva. Pulled up from Francesco, gets the kill. Now one tick build up. Looking for 2 ticks. Trying to cap with time. Live gets the elimination on Rocket coming in. QZY switching over to the Wrecking Ball. Gone and deleted. Nevnio, next one. And Mr. S gets the kill onto, gets eliminated instead. And the spawns might just be too much. Try and build up 2 ticks. Lane gets taken out. There's no supports here. But there's a Diva Bomb on point. That's going to build up 2 ticks.
Ooh.
That's going to get the kill onto Nevnio. They aren't going to walk away with it, but Live with a clutch Diva Bomb right on point just gets that 2 ticks with a minute left.
Well, it may not have been a full capture, but that's a big start there for Delirium. Like let's go back. Mr. S was able to get an ult going with the self-destruct. Wasn't able to get anybody, but that was able to stall him long enough to at least get a start on the capture point.
It's a start. Now you gotta finish it. Fio has some minefields drop all on point, but Zorthcon's ready with that rally. Support ultimate could give everyone a lot of shield. Slamming down, the mifield's gonna go up and a little bit on the point, zoning everyone out. Zorthcon pops a rally, but Mr. S gets the opening kill onto Nevnio. Transcendence coming out, Mr. S gets the kill on QZY, taking out both tank. Taking out Zorthcon with the brig, and they finish with 17 seconds at him. And that could be a real difference maker on the overtime push if it comes to it.
Yeah, they at least put themselves in a position to have a chance of winning this instead of having to settle for the draw if Quokka was able to get the point with at least a minute left. 17 seconds. Time is the most valuable thing in all of life. You hate to see that wasted away. And like I said, 17 is a major difference. And it all started, at least, with the first burst where Mr. S was able to duplicate the Diva and was able to get a self-destruct off even though no one was at the point. But it did at least scare Quokka into hiding behind the walls until the self-destruct was done. But by the time that happened, first tick was already there, and then eventually they were able to get the second tick before being stopped to the minute. But after that, a good transcendence out of De Niro was able to keep him alive at least long enough to at least capture the point with 17 seconds left on the clock, even though it didn't look like they were going to have any ults to work with.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, definitely. Now, they at least get a chance if Quokka Queens finishes this. If they push all the way. Quokka Queens playing a zombie comp with the Tracer. On defense, playing a very mobile, untouchable composition. Gotta stay spread out. Brigitte staying with the Zen, so you are a little bit more defensive with the dive. Rushing in right onto the point. Mr. S flying out and around QZY, dangerously low, and gets taken out with the focus beam. Zorthcon, though, takes out Mr. S. Though, Live stepping up, finds both supports in the backline. Almost one tick built up, but no, denied by Delirium. They're going to be pulling off this team fight, and Live honestly been really shining here in this entire series, Adam.
Live has been really fantastic with the Diva, especially with pulling off the self-destructs, especially a lot of no-kill self-destructs, which at least would waste time for Quokka. But you see how close Quokka was to getting that first tick. That could have been a huge difference maker in future team fights.
It could have, but it didn't happen, so Delirium was able to hold that. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, trying to get point A to get the attack onto point B. Bio gave close to that minefield zone, never went off, but Madsen, 60% total for that EMP. Transcendence should be able to be met by De Niro, which is a key ultimate. Diving in up onto the high ground, looking for De Niro, dangerously low, and gets taken out by Nevnio. Live has the Diva Bomb, but File's hacked and not ready for that minefield. Here comes the Diva Bomb up top, gets no one. Instead, Zorthcon finds that boob onto Mr. S. Rally from lane, over on the point. Diva Bomb up at top, too high, but one tick built up. Francesco looks for that post-bomb elimination, but doesn't get it. Here comes the EMP, but the minefields from Philo zone everyone off. Get the kill onto lane. Coalescence able to be popped, but they popped the trans, so they're going to commit to this. They're going to try to win this one. Mr. S is back. A big yes here. Primal Rage takes out De Niro, and Madsen taking out Mr. S. They should be able to cap this one. It's just Philo. They're just stalling here, though. Here comes Lane. Live in mech, but File's still in the fight. Might give up one tick here. One more tick, that is. But a long stagger here. More coming back. Francesco's here, but easily, quickly taken out. File, last one to go. Slamming in. Spinning around. They have another minefield, but the hack coming out on File. They're going to regroup. 4 minutes on the time base. Same time here for the second attack on point B.
Yeah, that was pretty much just a wise choice to just hold off that minefield for the second point. Because, yeah, that would pretty much just be a waste there. You got a duplicate on standby. You got many options you could do, but Laser does have the pulse bomb, and both are also being used right now.
Well, there's the minefields used, and Zorkons regroups with the B. Duplication from Mr. S, looking for some value, jumping around. It's Live again, coming out with the pick. And Live being live here and showing us what they can do on the Diva. They have the Diva bomb ready to go, but EMP Adam from Madsen could be devastating.
Yeah, that's gonna be depending on great timing from Live to get the ult off, and because Madsen gets you with the EMP, you're a sitting duck right at that moment.
Yeah, and they're gonna look for the supports to catch both supports here, and now they're looking for the Zen. The gold lesson gets them. De Niro gone quickly. Live evens it up, takes out Zorkon. A stick comes out, but doesn't get much. Instead, Mr. S focus beams down, takes out Madsen, and Lane uses the rally. Give everyone those extra shields up on point. Live zoning everyone out with the Diva bomb, catches QZY and the D-Mech onto Nevnio. Live gets a rocket there, and they are going to hold on to this. 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and QZY, Adam, look at this switch.
Oh boy, get ready for a lot of swings out of QZ with that. But going back to Live, the self-destruct was able to catch QZ right after the QZ's primal rage went up. Just wasn't able to get that barrier in time though. And De Niro, or I should say, yeah, De Niro does have a Transcendence on standbys, and like you mentioned before with Transcendences, it takes a lot of discipline to have a well-timed Transcendence.
Yes, QZY on the Reinhardt. Can't see what they get done. QZY low already, and the teleport. My goodness. That was, well, that was very short-lived, Adam. Winning fast, it does give them another time to push in. They don't build a lot of ultimate percent, but that File, though, slamming in right on a TP, Adam, build up a minefield right for this, what could possibly be a last team fight.
Yeah, you got 3 ults on standby. De Niro still holding on to his Transcendence. You got a Pulse Bomb out of Francesco, and you got the ever could be deadly minefield that could just keep this team off the point. And File has proven to do a pretty good job with using that minefield, though, during this fight.
Nevnio gets the E onto Francesco's Pulse Bomb, but File finds value off of the minefield. 55 seconds remaining. Delirium trying to hold on to this one and tie it up right now with no overtime push. 45 seconds remaining. A last team fight position, and you're gonna have 4 ultimates for Delirium coming in.
Oh, especially that duplicate, because if I had to guess what Mr. S could use for that duplicate, I'll bet money he's gonna duplicate the Reinhardt.
No.
And oh no,
Adam,
that's not good.
He accidentally used the Transcendence. That one could be costly. Mr. S trying to get something done here. Duplicate onto the Diva. Here comes Lane with the Ali. Laser takes out Francesco. Diva bomb coming in, gets nothing, but Live takes out QZY. Francesco gets 1 Diva bomb. Zorthcon drops a beat. Overtime is trigger. Laser takes out Mr. S. Laser trying to catch up for his team. Overtime trigger. Have to stay onto point. Bio has that minefield. Zoning everyone out up front. Looking for something. Here comes QZY. It's right in the kill feed. Bio and De Niro. And Bio, another one. Laser. High Noon gets nothing. Gets a flashbang onto Francesco, but no one can touch Delirium ties it up
Oh,
2-2, and we're going to a map 5, and that's gonna be the match point.
perhaps this defensive hold could have been a whole lot easier if not for the accidental release of the Transcendence, but Delirium could forgive him for that mistake, though. But like, look at De Niro, though. Just going off with the Zenyatta, the Discord orbs, weakening him, but yeah, the accidental Transcendence, it made it a lot harder, but the Delirium defense was able to at least hold them off without the Transcendence, so that's an incredible job to force a map 5.
Yeah, that was just great. We saw the play of the game for De Niro right at the end, the previous series MVP for us against Reminiscent. I mean, Adam, I love seeing support play the games. We don't see them often, but definitely we see a lot for Xiuna because of high output damage with those orbs and assist with the Harmony and Discord orbs as well. Delirium tying this one up 2-2 in this first to 3 series. And honestly, this just shows, Adam, why these two teams deserve to be here in the semifinals. And both of them, honestly, deserve a spot in the grand finals. But only one, Adam, can secure it.
And only one can indeed. Both of these teams have shown a lot of great plays out of many of their players. Let's go back, Laser, showing off the Farah on the offensive side in Rialto, pulling off a lot of kills and getting some support from Zorth with the Pharmacy, or Matson pulling off some big kills in King's Row. And let's go ahead and move forward to Volskaya Industries, where we saw De Niro just pop off with the Zenyatta's versatility of, it may look like a simple kit, but how you're supposed to get this pulled off was one of the reasons why he's a 3-star hero. And then let's go to live here. Feeling alive with the Diva. A lot of great moments there. Lots of self-destructs, though. Many of them were no kills. It did at least help scatter Quokka long enough to be able to at least pick them off one at a time. But let's not forget the incredible Mr. S. The duplicates on the Diva. And they're getting those self-destructs off when they needed to be, or having to use them immediately to it at least has some significance in there, despite this is pretty much the theme of this. Not being able to get a kill, but at the very least, dispersing Quokka Queens into possibly separating and potentially being able to pick them off one at a time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, definitely on all the different aspects of Delirium, they were shining. Absolutely, whether it's tank, DPS, or support lineup, this Delirium team wants to close it out, and they want to show why they deserve a spot in the grand finals. But Quokka Queens definitely coming in here on paper, the favorite team to win, but Delirium, of course, coming in here for UGC, but definitely the lowest ranking team, but not the worst. They deserve to be here. We're getting some subs coming in again. Marshall is going to be subbing in for Lane, and Zagusta actually subbing in for Francesco. So Francesco Adam won't be in here for this last map of Control Legion Tower. So I wonder if Zagusta just plays a little bit more of the heroes that they are looking for. Maybe that Junkrat or a Sim on the inside map of Tower, or maybe that May or Sim still on the outside maps of Night Market.
The teleporters could provide some good use, especially getting over the hazard points. Using that Sim teleporter on the Legion Gardens, which you don't have to go around. You can just go right through. There's a window you could use to get the teleporter in, to teleport yourself through and save yourself a lot of time and trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's just one of the main things they could do with Sim. But honestly, just a great way to transport the team and just apply tons of damage with that beam and that one click. But both these teams having some time to strategize, get everything set and ready to go for this last map. Legion Tower control style. Adam, there's no way they're drawing here. We will have a winner, and both of these teams honestly deserve to win this.
Yeah, this is pretty much going to come down to who's going to get the best plays off, who is going to be outsmarting who. That's pretty much it. So I could definitely see a Junkrat happening inside the control center. We've seen this story happen many times in these UGC streams. When you think it's not going to happen, it's going to happen. Like I said, many times before, we see many big Junkrat plays happen in that control center. Whether it's a big rip tire kill or just lob those grenade launchings out, or yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just a common pick to see a Junkrat pick on Legion Tower, I believe, inside that tower here. But we are ready and set to go. Legion Tower, last map control style. Well, you know, it's the Junkrat map, Adam. For those of you who don't know, this is it. This is where you see the Junkrat. I think we've had a 100% Junkrat pick in this on both teams so far. So why change? Why change, Adam? And why change ND? Both teams are born at Mr. S. Pick the Junkrat.
Yeah, it never fails. It never fails. You're in inside court. You're in inside territory. You can get those grenades bouncing across the walls. You don't know where it's gonna land or if it's gonna hit you until it hits you. It's hard to dodge Junkrat's firings in inside corners.
It's hard to dodge ND and the Sim pick as well. Double shield. Here we go, the mirror composition. Delirium, the underdogs, trying to secure their spot in the grand finals. Gotta do it here, but Quokka Queens pushing all the way. Can they do it? Immortality field used early by Rocket. Behind, and a big opening kill from Mr. S. Reborn striking right back, taking out Segusta, but without that Baptiste, you're not going to have enough healing to sustain yourself from a Junkrat, and Delirium gets control at this point, starting off.
And yeah, without that immortality field, you're pretty much at the full mercy. There's the rip tire going right here, right now. Where's it gonna go? Oh, nice.
Oh. It gets the Lucio behind and the immortality field. One and done. That's enough to at least stop them in their tracks, and 25% build up. Early tire used, but at least some early value. Quokka Queen trying to push in. The winner of this map goes to finals. Who will it be? Reborn gets the opening pick onto Segusta this time, and Reborn getting closer, Riptire as well, but Mr. S wins the 1v1 duel. Looking to take on Nevnio, up on the high ground, up on the stairs, getting closer to a second Riptire. Flux comes out, De Niro doesn't have to beat, just moments away, here comes the beat. Tire coming out from spawn for Reborn, but the share on point from File gets Rocket. Tire from all the way from spawn gets huge. Here comes the counter Tire, looking at Nevnio takes him out, but the Flux from Live takes out Nevnio and strikes him there. De Niro contributes, takes out Matson. 70% built up. And a long team fight, but Delirium clutching it up here and trying to force the last team play, and that is exactly what they'll do.
That's a nice work, trying to keep themselves alive long enough to at least keep the control going. So potential final team fight territory. QZ has a Earth Shatter. Both Symmetras have photon barriers which could disrupt, and both Baptiste almost have Amp Matrix on standby.
There's big sim walls all across the point. Overtime is triggered. Mr. S, Madsen gone. The Shatter catches 3 on the ground. And QZY clutching it up for his team. And Quokka Queens keeping their hopes alive on this first round. Lijian Tower flipping it over.
And that's a pretty good work and pretty good, surprising good work out of QZ getting that Earth Shatter off. That was pretty much no hope left for Delirium to keep control at that point, but not all hope is lost. File has an Earth Shatter. Mr. S has a deadly Riptire on standby as well.
The deadly Riptire and Deer Slam comes down. Not too much Mr. S, but it's actually the follow-up is big. The tire, what else can you do? There's no one left to touch at him. And first round on Tower goes to Delirium. 1 round point away until they are in the finals.
Oh, that's a fantastic work out of them being able to stall long enough to earlier to get those percentage points built up, and in the end it just really helped them. They were able to get through that pretty quickly, and especially File. Let's take a look at our imaginary replay. Was able to get an Earth Shatter instant kill on his Quokka Reinhardt counterpart of QZ. Why did he go down by that? Did you get what I did there? By that Earth Shatter so quickly there. And Mr. S getting those Riptire kills when he needed to. And now we're gonna see both the Junkrat players are now Doomfist players for this round.
Doomfist players at these. If Mr. S wins the punch in, they cannot reborn. Immortality fields go down, they're gone. Zagusa gets taken out though. Have to be careful here as the punch comes in and Fire Strike falls off. Zorkon, a big boop taking out Marshall and the kill onto Mr. S. Zorkon stepping up here, clutching up for a team, and Quokka Queen's gonna come out with control of this point first.
And that's a quick win there for Quokka, just recovering from what's happened to them at the control center. But going back to the first kill there, Mr. S going ding ding boom on Reborn, but now gonna opt to go for the Pharah instead for some aerial support. And oh, we're gonna see some Pharah Mercy coming from Delirium. De Niro going Mercy.
They might TP behind them. QCY might look for the Shatter from behind. Gonna be File first, and they get 2-3. File going in, gets the triple, and Mr. Ed cleans it up. And this switch onto Pharah already have a barrage here, and it's just easier push in with a Pharah to spam in than just teleport up top, and that's why Mr. S switched it over.
Yeah, and looks like QZ definitely would want that Earth Shatter back after pretty much a waste of that after seeing your team get taken out pretty quickly on that last fight. So this next fight, you're gonna have 4 ults on standby, but that Earth Shatter could be a big one.
That Earth Shatter could have been used, but Mr. S barrage is right now, and it's bigger. They get the 3, and they get the wall from Metzen coming out. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a switch here. Yep, Metzen switching right over to that Pharah, and Rocket switching over to the Ana. They give up the beat, but they need to change this just to try and compete with this Pharah in this different composition. Now they're coming in. Only the Diva Bomb from Nefnio. Launching it up first, looking for anything, but doesn't get anything. Anyone. No value. Bio almost has that Shatter up the line on top, but QZY coming in with the double boot, taking out Zagusa and Marshall. They have some ultimates if they want to push back in here. Bio, dangerously low, Penny, charging in, and gone. Barrage way far away, but alive as the Diva Bomb. They might just stall this one out as long as they can. De Niro gets taken out, and the 3 bunt to Mr. S. Out, gone, taken out. It's gonna be Sims and Gustav all the way up with the stall, but 78% filled up for Delirium.
And not all hope lost with this one. You got 3 ults, you got the Photon Barrier to help you protect yourself, and you got an Earth Shatter. We have seen Earth Shatters happen so many times where it's proved to be key, but we've also seen many moments where it gets ruined, but no barriers are going to be in the way for this Earth Shatter.
Well, they use the Earth Shatter just to solo ult and stop QZY. Now they're pushing in. There's no minefield. They gotta get onto the point. Here's a barrage from barrage from Madsen, actually. They get the kill. Kyle takes out to Reborn Nevnio, and they flip the point. Live has that Diva Bomb to zone everyone out. Banana boost onto Madsen could be dangerous. Madsen gets one, and here's the big wall from Zegusta. Minefields from QZY zoning everyone off, but they're able to walk in. Mr. S almost has that barrage online. Mr. S gets the support. 99%. It's overtime, and Mr. S is being incredible. Finds the two, and there's no one left to touch. No, there's one. Madsen on the point, the last one to go, and Madsen falls, and that is it. Delirium walks away with the win, and they will be going to the grand finals. Delirium winning it 3-2.
Oh, that's another big upset added to Delirium's resume for this tournament. Well, let's take a look at File. File has been big. If you're talking about big earth shatters, that is one of them. And get the mercy there. I think that was, yeah. What was it? De Niro was helping him out there for that one.
Assist, 18 offensive assists, 45% kill percent from De Niro. What outstanding play from the support lines. Of course, shining as always. My goodness, gotta be a little excited, especially for us here at UGC, since Delirium is from our league. Congratulations, big round of applause to Delirium. Now, as always, Adam, we always give an MVP out for this series, and honestly, for all throughout the match, even a little bit right there at the end, the long series, it's been live, stepping up in the tank role, finding those big picks, those follow-ups, and clutching up there many of the time. So live, Adam, our MVP and MVP here in the Cassie booth.
Oh, so many ults that have been significant throughout these battles. Even the ults that didn't even get a single kill, like I mentioned before. It's had some sort of significance to it. Whether it just spreads them out or makes them cower in behind walls to help at least get some progression going. Like, what is not to like about Live's ultimate usage? Like, it's a pretty clever way to use a self-destruct. Like, you don't have to get a kill with a self-destruct, even though it's very encouraging to get some, but you at least are able to get some progress made, or help your teammates pick your opponents off one at a time.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to get too much value out of that self-destruct, but zone them off, and you can just get it done just normally with just pressuring it and just being aggressive. That's exactly what Live did. Shout out, of course, to File on the main take. Superb job, and everyone else on the side of Delirium. Congratulations for making it all the way to the grand final right there at the end. One more match to go. Not sure exactly who's streaming that. We'll get that information to you once we know for sure which organization is streaming that. But I gotta say, this Delirium team, Anna, has been a big sleeper agent. Even in the beginner league season 16, they didn't come out right on top, but they are still a team to be reckoned with. Grand finals will be casted and streamed over on BPL, so go ahead and check them out. They will be streamed over there. I gotta say though, Adam, I'm really excited to see Delirium coming up against Forefront Esports and see how that match ends.
Oh man, going up against the likes of the one and only Forefront Esports. We have commentated their stuff twice when they were facing Atomics both times. So they're gonna be dealing with a lot of great players there, like Boosted, for example. One of the best Reinhardts we have seen during our broadcastings of this game for for the UGC. A lot of great Earth Shatters, and how quickly he has been able to get those ultimates ready to go. That's going to be one thing that they're going to need to look out for is boosted. Expect him to get a lot of those ready in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, absolutely. Boosted, the main tank gave them the MVP, actually back-to-back MVPs when we casted them. Boosted definitely has a lot to show and will be a force to reckon with in Forefront. That's why I think it's going to be such an exciting match with these two teams. Forefront Esports versus Delirium. They're going to be streamed over on BPL, so they actually rated us earlier. Thank you again if any viewers are there with their rate. But Adam, that's going to wrap it up here for us here, Cassie, at NACC on UGC League. Adam, a pleasure, Cassie, with you as always, my friend. How can they find you on social media?
Me at the Adamsmasher. You can catch up on when I stream on Twitch.
Yes, Adamsmasher. Can find you anywhere else on your Twitter as well?
Yeah, on my Twitter, I'm at the Adamsmasher.
Yes, at the Adamsmasher.
That's
yes, and I've been Guthix. You can follow me at my Twitter at Guthix Esports right down below. You can also follow me at my Twitch at Guthix Esports down below, where you might see me do some Rocket League casting and also some Story Choice games streaming. But on my Twitter, you'll see all the announcements where I go live for all my casting gigs. Also, shout out quickly to Beyond Ring, the casting organization, where you can book me as well for any of your casting and esports competitions that you would like for me to cast. But before we go, plugging in UGC Season 17 of Overwatch, all 4 division, Premier, Intermediate, Rookie, Beginner. They are all ready to go, and our first week is next Friday. This Friday, February 4th. February 4th. I forgot the day, everyone. February 4th is the first day of Season 17 Overwatch right here in UGC League. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter at UGC League and right here on Twitch to get notified when we go live. And you'll see me and Adamsmasher here also as well. That's going to do it for us here at UGC League, Cassie, NACC. Thank you everyone so much for joining. Make sure you check out BPL over there on Twitch and see their action and coverage of the grand finals. Forefront Esports versus Delirium. Have a great evening, everyone, and also have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.